Good day, America. Big L Next Level Sports have got game doing the college football thing. Wow, what a weekend it was, and what a week it's going to be. Now check this. Oh, this weekend was the last weekend of the regular season in respect to college football. Oh, my. All around the country we go, and what a show in the ACC. Who would have thought the Cal Golden Bears would play host to the SMU Mustangs and beat them? Oh, my. The California Golden Bears led it 17-7 at the half and won it 38-35 over the SMU Mustangs. And yes, both teams are bowl bound in Syracuse. Two losers got together. The Syracuse Orange played host to the Boston College Eagles and got beat with the score tied at 6 going into the third quarter. The Eagles took control and scored 14 in the third and 14 more in the fourth and won it 34-12 over the losing Syracuse Orange. In Raleigh, North Carolina, the NC State Wolfpack played host to the North Carolina Tar Heels, and what a host they were. Wow, I thought the Tar Heels would be in it and have a chance to win it, and boy was I wrong. The NC State Wolfpack led it 28-10 at the half and won it 42-19 over the Tar Heels. Oh, Coach Bill Belichick and the Tar Heels finished the regular season as losers. The record 4 wins and 8 losses, and the NC State Wolfpack, oh, they're bowl bound, baby, finishing the regular season at 7-5. Oh, my. In Atlanta, Georgia, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets played host to the in-state rivals, the Georgia Bulldogs, and got beat while the Dogs led 13-3 at the half and won it 16-9 over the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. On the season, both teams are winners. The Dogs, the Georgia Bulldogs, are 11-1, and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets finished the regular season at 9-3, and both teams are bowl bound. Oh, my. Now check this. In Gainesville, Florida, the Florida Gators played host to the Florida State Seminoles. Wow, on the season, both teams were losers, and I said that to say this. The Florida State Seminoles thought they were bowl bound. Wow, what a thought that was. They went to Gainesville, Florida, and took on the Florida Gators. All the Noles had to do was win, and they would be in. And it did not happen. The Florida Gators was having none of that. The Gators led 17-14 at the half and won it 40-21 over the hapless Florida State Seminoles. What a way to end the season. All 5-7 for the Noles and 4-8 for the Gators. Check this. The Clemson Tigers are bowl bound. They were bowl bound before they beat the Gamecocks. They beat them 28-14. All the Tigers are bowl bound. They finished the regular season at 7-5, and the South Carolina Gamecocks are straight-up losers. They finished the season at 4-8 on the season. All the Louisville Cardinals played host to their in-state rivals, the Kentucky Wildcats, and beat them like they stole something. The Cardinals led it 20-0 at the half and won it 41-0, and I do mean nothing, over the Kentucky Wildcats. On the season, the Louisville Cardinals are winners. Oh, my, at 8-4, and they are bowl bound, and the Kentucky Wildcats are straight-up losers. They finished the season at 5-7. Speaking of a loser, the Stanford Cardinals played host to the perennial powerhouse, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. The Irish won it 49-20 over the Cardinals. The Fighting Irish are bowl bound, and the Cardinals finished the season at 4-8. Straight up losers. Now, fans, check this. In Durham, North Carolina, the home of the Duke Blue Devils, they played host to the Wake Forest Demon Deacons and beat them 49-32 on the season. Both teams are bowl bound. The Wake Forest Demon Deacons finished the season at 8-4, and the Duke Blue Devils finished the season at 7-5. And I said that to say this, and who would have thought the Duke Blue Devils would be headed to the ACC championship game? Wow, check this. The Miami Hurricanes went to Pitt and beat the Panthers like they stole something. They beat them 38-7. Wow, what a beatdown that was. But both teams are bowl bound, while the Miami Hurricanes finished the regular season at 10-2. But the Canes will not play in the ACC championship game because the Duke Blue Devils had a better conference record than the Miami Hurricanes, even though they both had a conference record of 6-2. But the teams that the Blue Devils beat in the the ACC conference had a better winning percentage than the teams that the Canes beat in the ACC, giving the Blue Devils their tickets to the ACC championship game. Well, who would have thought the 7-5 Duke Blue Devils will be headed to the ACC championship games to take on the Virginia Cavaliers? The Cavaliers played host to the Virginia Tech Hokies and beat them 27-7, finishing the regular season at 10-2. Well, who would have thought that the Virginia Cavaliers would be winners at 10-2 on the season and will take on the Duke Blue Devils in the ACC championship game? All one must wonder. Wow, to the Big 12 conference we go, and what a show. Let me start with this question, and the question is, who would have thought that the Texas Tech Red Raiders would finish the season at 11-1? Who would have thought that the BYU Cougars would finish the season at 11-1? Who would have thought that the Utah Utes would finish the season at 10-2? Wow, the Big 12 conference have got game. Oh, to the scoreboard we go, and what a show. Oh, the TCU Horned Frogs beat the Cincinnati Bearcats 45-23. Both teams are bowl bound. The Iowa State Cyclones beat the Oklahoma State Cowboys 20-13. The Cyclones are bowl bound at 8-4, and the Oklahoma State Cowboys are straight up losers, finishing the season at 1-11. Oh, the Kansas State Wildcats are bowl bound. They beat the losing Colorado Buffaloes 24-14. The Wildcats finished the regular season at 6-6, and the Buffaloes are losers at 3-9 on the season. Check this. The Baylor Bears thought they were bowl bound, and it did not happen. Baylor played host to the Houston Cougars and got beat. The Cougars beat them 31-24, finishing the season bowl bound at 9-3, and the Baylor Bears finished the season at 5-7, straight up losers. No bowl qualifications there. Now check this. In the Battle of Arizona, the Arizona State Sun Devils played host to the Arizona Wildcats and got beat, while the Sun Devils scored 7 in the second and led it 7-3 at the half, but they would score no more. And the Wildcats, they scored 10 in the third and 10 more in the fourth, taking out the Sun Devils 23-7 and winning the Battle of Arizona. Let me add this. Both of those teams, the Arizona State Sun Devils and the Arizona Wildcats, are bowl bound. Arizona at 9-3 on the season, and the Arizona State Sun Devils are 8-4. Oh, they're bowl bound, baby. Oh, you gotta love that. Oh, the Kansas Jayhawks played host to the Utah Utes and got beat 31-21. The Utah Utes are bowl bound at 10-2, and the Kansas Jayhawks finished the season with a losing record at 5-7 on the season, while the BYU Cougars finished the season at 11-1. They beat the UCF Knights 41-21, and the Texas Tech Red Raiders have got game. They beat West Virginia 49-0, and I do mean nothing, finishing the season at 11-1, and will play the BYU Cougars on Saturday in the Big 12 championship game. Wow, to the SEC we go, and what a show. The final games of the regular season kicked off on Friday, and as expected, the Ole Miss Running Rebels went to Mississippi State and beat them 38-19. In Atlanta, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets played host to their in-state rivals, the Georgia Bulldogs. The Bulldogs led it 13-3 at the half and won it 16-9 over the Yellow Jackets. On the season, both teams are winners. The Yellow Jackets at 9-3, and the Georgia Bulldogs are 11-1 on the season. Also on Friday, the undefeated Texas A&M Aggies got beat. The Texas Longhorns beat them 27-17. And yes, both teams are bowl bound. And on Saturday, the Florida Gators played host to the Florida State Seminoles and beat them 40-21 on the season. Both teams are losers. Oh, there will be no bowl game tickets there. No, down the valley in Arkansas, the Arkansas Razorbacks played host to the Missouri Tigers and got beat. The Tigers won it 31-17. The Tigers are bowl bound, and the Razorbacks are losers, waiting on next season. Oh my! And in the Battle of the South, the Clemson Tigers went to Columbia, South Carolina, and beat the Gamecocks 28-14. The Tigers are bowl bound. The Gamecocks are losers, waiting on next season. And in the Battle of Kentucky, the Louisville Cardinals played host to the Kentucky Wildcats. Oh, the Cardinals led it 20-0 at the half and won it 41-0 over the hapless Kentucky Wildcats. On the season, the Kentucky Wildcats are losers at 5-7. No bowl game there. And the Louisville Cardinals out of the ACC are their winners, baby, at 8-4 on the the season. And I got to say this, all the Cardinals are bowl bound. Wow, to Knoxville we go. And what a show. The Tennessee Volunteers played host to the Vanderbilt Commodores and got beat. The score was tied at 21 at the half, but the Commodores won the third quarter. They won the fourth quarter, and they won the game 45-21 over the Volunteers. And I said that to say this, both teams are bowl bound. The Vols finished the regular season at 8-4, and the Vanderbilt Commodores have got game. They finished the regular season at 10-2. Staying in the SEC, the LSU Tigers went to Norman, Oklahoma, and took on the Oklahoma Sooners. And what a game it was! The game was tied at 3 at the half, and going into the fourth quarter, the game was still tied at 10. But in the fourth quarter, the LSU Tigers, scored 3 on a field goal, and the Sooners scored 7 on a touchdown and won it 17-13 over the LSU Tigers on the season. The Tigers are winners at 7-5, and the Sooners are 10-2. Both teams are bowl bound. Wow, to Auburn, Alabama we go for one of the most storied rivalries in all of college football. Wow, the Auburn Tigers played host to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Oh, throw their records out the window. They do not matter. No doubt about it. Now check this. Alabama led it 17-6 at the half. And what a motivating factor that was. Oh, the Tigers got back in it. They won the third quarter, 7-3. But Bama still led it 20-13 going into the fourth quarter. And they both scored 7 in the fourth quarter. And Bama won it 27-20 over the Auburn Tigers on the season. The Tigers are losers at 5-7, and the Alabama Crimson Tide are the winners, baby, finishing a regular season at 10-2, and will take on the Georgia Bulldogs in the SEC Championship game on Saturday, December the 6th. Oh, I got the kickoff time at 4 p.m. in Atlanta, Georgia, at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Oh, my college football, I've got game. Hold on tight. Big L's on the mic. Coming up, the Big Ten Conference. Hey, welcome back all to the Big Ten Conference we go. And what a show. On Friday, there was not one, but 2 games. Now check this. All the Nebraska Cornhuskers played host to the Iowa Hawkeyes and got beat. Wow, the Hawkeyes led it 24-16 at the half, and the Cornhuskers would score no more. Oh, the Hawkeyes scored 9 in the third and 7 more in the fourth, and won it 40-16 over the Cornhuskers. Both teams are bowl bound. The Hawkeyes finished the regular season at 8-4, and the Cornhuskers were 7-5 on the season. Wow, to West Lafayette, Indiana we go for a beat-down show. The Purdue Boilermakers played host to the number 2 ranked Indiana Hoosiers. Oh, my, oh, they're in-state rivals, baby. Purdue and Indiana. Oh, who would have thought it would be this bad? Oh, the Purdue Boilermakers scored 3 in the first and would score no more. And the number 2 ranked Indiana Hoosiers led it 28-3 at the half and won it 56-3 over the Purdue Boilermakers. The Indiana Hoosiers finished the regular season undefeated at 12-0 and will take on the Ohio State Buckeyes in a Big Ten Championship game. And I can't wait to see it. Check this. The Illinois Fighting Illini played host to the Northwestern Wildcats and won it 20-13. Northwestern, the Wildcats, finished the season at 6-6, and they are bowl bound. And the Illinois Fighting Illini, oh, they're also bowl bound, baby. They finished the season at 8-4. Oh, in Detroit, Michigan, the Michigan State Spartans played host to the Maryland Terrapins. The Spartans led it 24-7 at the half and won it 38-28 over the Terrapins on the season. Both teams are losers. They both finished the season with a losing record at 4-8 on the season. No bowl game tickets for them. Oh, my. Oh, the Penn State Nittany Lions went to Piscataway, New Jersey, and took on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Penn State led it 24-21 at the half and won it 40-36 over Rutgers. The Nittany Lions are bowl bound at 6-6, and the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, oh, they're losers, baby. They finished the regular season at 5-7. There will be no bowl tickets there. Oh, my. Oh, the Wisconsin Badgers went to Minnesota and got beat. The Golden Gophers led it 10-7 at the half and won it 17-7 over the Wisconsin Badgers on the season. The Badgers are losers. The record 4-8, and the Golden Gophers are bowl bound. They are 7-5 on the season. In Los Angeles, the USC Trojans played host to their crosstown rivals, the UCLA Bruins, and beat them 29-10, while Well, the Bruins led it 10-7 at the half, and would score no more. The USC Trojans scored 7 in the third and 15 more in the fourth, and won it 29-10 over the UCLA Bruins. On the season, the Bruins are losers at 3-9, and the Trojans, they're winners, baby. They are 9-3 and bowl bound. Oh my! In Seattle, the Washington Huskies played host to the Oregon Ducks and got beat. The Oregon Ducks led it 13-7 at the half and won it 26-14 over the Huskies. On the season, both teams are bowl bound. The Huskies finished the regular season at 8-4, and the Ducks finished the regular season at 11-1. And I said that to say this: to Ann Arbor, Michigan, we go. The Big House for the biggest rivalry in all of college football. The Michigan Wolverines played host to the current national champions, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Rivalry game, throw the records out the window. Oh, I don't care if there were 110,000 fans up in there. It does not matter. Oh, what matters most, if your team is in it, I hope they win it, and win it they did. The Ohio State Buckeyes led it 17-9 at the half, and the Michigan Wolverines would score no more. So may I say, game over, game over. The Buckeyes scored 7 in the third and 3 more in the fourth, and won it 27-9 over the hapless Michigan Wolverines. Check this. On the season, both teams are winners. The Michigan Wolverines finished the season at 9-3, and the Buckeyes finished the season at 12-0. The last time they lost, the Michigan Wolverines beat the Buckeyes. Oh my! Oh, I gotta tell you, the Big Ten Conference have got game. Now check this: the Indiana Hoosiers are currently 12-0, and they'll take on the Ohio State Buckeyes in the Big Ten Championship game. The game is scheduled to kick off on Saturday at 8 p.m. at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. The undefeated taking on the undefeated. Both teams are 12-0. The Indiana Hoosiers taking on the current national champions, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And I can't wait to see it. Big L Next Level Sports have got game doing the update thing. Email your questions or comments to nextlevelsports57@gmail.com. Have a great day. Big L Next Level Sports have got game.